Again and again, we know that Americans say they cannot make ends meet.
Millions of Americans are priced out of buying a home.
Consumer prices rose 2.7% in December from a year earlier.
The average gallon of gas costs about 80 cents more than it did a month ago.
What you have now is credit cards being used to really bridge the gap between the cost of living and actually what people are being paid.
Rent's up, food's up, insurance is up, energy bills are up. Your paycheck somehow missed the memo on all of that. You are not imagining it. You are not bad at money. Something real is happening. This channel exists for one reason: to have the conversations about money that nobody is having with regular people. No jargon, no suits, no courses to upsell you at the end. Just the truth. What's actually going on, why it's happening, and what you can actually do about it.
In 1990, the median home price was $96,000. In 2025, $418,000.
Housing is where the dream broke. There used to be a deal. Work hard, save a deposit, buy your place, build something. Not a lavish something, just yours. That deal is gone, and an entire generation is living with the wreckage of it. Here's what that actually looks like right now. Buying a median-priced home requires a household income of around $86,000, nearly double what it took just 6 years ago. The average first-time buyer is now 40 years old. 40. Their parents bought at 27 and thought that was normal. For renters, it's not much better. In most major cities, rent is consuming 40 to 50 cents of every dollar earned. This is not a personal finance problem. 4 million homes don't exist that should. Construction hasn't kept up with demand for a decade. The shortage is structural, the prices are a symptom, and the people paying the price are the ones who showed up, did the work, and discovered the game had already been won by someone else. If you have ever stood in front of a rent increase letter and felt something between rage and helplessness, that feeling is not weakness. That feeling is a correct reading of the situation. And if you want to understand exactly how we got here and what a realistic path through it actually looks like, this is the channel that is going to show you. Your money is shrinking, not in your wallet, in what it can actually do. Think about your grocery run 2 years ago versus last week. Same cart, roughly. Different total, and not slightly different. Beef is up 15% year over year. Energy bills have risen more than 50% since 2020. Health insurance for a family now costs more annually than the federal poverty line for a family of 3. And wages? Real wages, what your paycheck actually buys, have spent most of the last 4 years losing the race. Low-income workers saw wage growth of just 1.1% last year, while costs ran past them. Middle-income households weren't far behind. That feeling of running on a treadmill that keeps accelerating? The Bureau of Labor Statistics can show you the graph. The treadmill is real. The exhaustion is data. What nobody tells you is that this isn't random. It's the result of specific decisions about interest rates, about housing supply, about who gets protected when prices rise. Most people absorb those decisions without ever understanding them. We are building a community of people who understand them. That knowledge changes everything. And it starts with hitting subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And before we get into the numbers, something needs to be said. If you are carrying a credit card balance, a student loan, a car payment, a buy now, pay later tab, you are not weak. You are not irresponsible. You are living in a system that was engineered to make debt feel like the only available option, and then charges you 22% for choosing it. 22%. That is the average interest rate on a credit card balance right now. Total credit card debt just crossed $1.28 trillion, up 66% from 4 years ago. Americans paid $160 billion in credit card interest last year alone. Not debt repaid, interest. Money that built nothing for the people who paid it. The minimum payment is not designed to help you get out. It is designed to keep you in, paying just enough to stay current, not enough to make progress, while the balance quietly grows underneath. Most people don't realize they are not climbing out of debt. They are treading water in it. If you have ever felt ashamed about what you owe, please hear this. The shame is the product. It keeps you quiet, keeps you isolated, keeps you from comparing notes with the millions of other people in exactly the same position. This channel is where those conversations happen out loud. Subscribe, because the video we have coming on how to actually break the debt cycle, not theoretically but practically, is one of the most important ones we are going to make. And this one is the one nobody wants to say out loud. Most people are one bad Tuesday away from everything unraveling. 59% of Americans cannot cover a $1,000 emergency from their savings. Not the poor, not people in crisis. 59% across the board, because the personal savings rate in this country has fallen to less than half of what it was for most of the last century. One car breakdown, One medical bill, 1 week without a paycheck. That is the distance between staying afloat and going under for the majority of households. And the safety net that is supposed to catch people when that happens, healthcare coverage, food assistance, housing support, is being cut right now, while the need for it is rising. Living that close to the edge every single day is not just financially dangerous, it is psychologically brutal. The constant low-level calculation of what you can and can't afford, the checking of the balance before you buy groceries, the way a car making a new noise feels like a threat instead of an inconvenience. That is not a personal failure. That is structural pressure. The people in your life who seem fine, a lot of them are running the same calculation and not saying so. This is the channel where we say so, together. If that matters to you, subscribe right now and turn on notifications, because you should not be navigating this alone, which for a lot of people right now feels like something that is happening to them rather than something they are building. Retirement is not a plan for most Americans. It is a number on a screen that doesn't move fast enough. The median retirement savings for a worker in this country is $955. The same country tells that worker they will need $1.26 million to stop working with dignity. Social Security, the floor that is supposed to exist under all of it, is projected to face automatic benefit cuts by 2033 if nothing changes. Nothing is changing. Meanwhile, AI is restructuring whole industries faster than job markets can adapt. The careers people trained for are being redefined. The skills that guaranteed stability 5 years ago are no longer guaranteed to do that. This is not a reason to give up. It is a reason to understand what is actually happening, because the people who understand the landscape can navigate it. The people who don't are just absorbing it. There is a version of your future that is different from the one that fear is currently writing for you. But building it requires real information, not platitudes. That is what we are here for. So here is what this channel is and what it isn't. We are not financial advisors in suits telling you to invest money you don't have. We are not selling a 6-week course, a mindset reset, or an affiliate link to a budgeting app. We are not going to tell you to stop buying coffee. We are here to be the resource most of us never had. The honest older sibling who actually explains how credit card interest compounds. The friend who works in finance and will tell you the real version, without the sales pitch attached. Every single problem we just talked about, housing, wages, debt, savings, the future, has been studied, documented, and in many cases navigated by people who figured it out without a trust fund or a financial advisor on retainer. That knowledge exists. It is just not being delivered to the people who need it most, in the language they actually speak. That is exactly what we are building here. And the people who find this channel at the beginning, who help shape what this becomes, are going to look back at this moment as the one where something shifted. If nobody in your life is having these conversations with you, we are. Your financial situation can change. It starts with understanding what's actually going on. We'll see you in the next one.